had like a lag, so let's see.
There it goes.
Yeah. What's up? It's gonna bother me though.
The lag?
Yeah, the lag. Alrighty guys, we're live. Welcome. This is the real Hideout. We're gonna be a Marvel, DC, anime. I mean, whatever it's gonna come into conversation. So I'm excited, guys. This is different from us, for us. Last week, due to some technical difficulties, I was unable to upload the official first stream. We have a video, so maybe if you continue to follow us, we will reveal that later as our first ever video podcast or whatever. So it was very heartbreaking. If you we literally like vibed, we bonded. It was dope. It was a good time, and then yeah. So we literally had no way to post it. So now we got a camera set up. We got official, live stream over here off to the side. We got some notes to talk about. Again, this is the Real Hideout, REEL, like film reel. We thought that would be, cool since we're talking about movies and animes. So, I hope y'all enjoy it. Again, I'm waiting for people to tune in. No chats yet, so again, I want y'all to tune in. Let me know what y'all think. The angles. If you can hear us, hoping the volume and everything is pretty good. Looks like we have one viewer, so I'm hoping it's family and friends. So I will be working the screens as much as I can. So bear with me. Again, I'm new to this. So my name is David Carrasco. My Twitter handle will be The Real Curiosity. I will put a link, I guess, down below here somewhere when we get to the editing thing.
We'll figure that out along the way.
Yeah. And this is my buddy. Let him introduce himself. So,
my name is Emmanuel Morales. Don't have a Twitter handle just yet. Still gonna work on that. Just here to start it up finally, and after months of talking about it, here we go.
Yeah. Literally months, guys, in the working. We work together. We're co-workers. We just started by actually music. The funny thing, we have a music channel that allows us to play our music at work. So with that being done at work, there was this one mystery character at work that was playing music all the time. I was like, okay, who is this guy? Like, I gotta figure it out. This guy's here on Wednesdays. This guy's here on the weekends. Like, I need to find out who's this guy. He's had like an amazing playlist on this channel. So I was like, I gotta find out. So I finally found him. Weeded out all the possibilities. Like, I got fired, so that was even a hell because he was one of the options of being chosen. So I walked up to him. I was like, yo, you what was it? Dark Matter guy. And he's like, he didn't even know how to respond. He was like, yes. I was like, dude, love your music taste. So after that, game over. I moved over to that department, and we clicked immediately. It was pretty dope. We started talking anime. I said one thing about anime, and then he threw the book at me and noticed I was a rookie. You know what I mean? So
he's a little brand new to the game, but hopefully we can get him up on his feet and actually doing some good anime.
Yeah. He has a list, guys. I'm ready to talk about that. That'll be later on in the show. But most definitely, that's how it all started. So I'm excited again. After that, it was just months of passing by. Actually, talking about animes and if I've seen things, and that's all it was. I mean, it was literally 1 to 2 minute conversations, and then has to continue work. So to get this in fruition, actually get this up and going is super, super exciting. So again, I hope y'all enjoy it. We're recording and live. So I'm waiting to see if we get more people. I don't even know or people are watching. So,
hey, this is both of our first time. So, as far as I know nothing. So, we'll figure it out along the way, hopefully.
Yeah,
We'll
most
understand it
definitely.
better.
Yeah, definitely. We are new to the whole stream game. Again, I've never really messed with Twitch. I watched a couple of channels like Trash Podcast, Trash Taste. I'm sorry, Trash Taste Podcast, Marvel's Podcast. You know, a couple of things here and there on Twitch. I had a friend of mine that also is a Twitch streamer. Unfortunately, I do not have him on this channel, so I don't remember his handle. I'm sorry. So again, new to the whole thing. So super stoked. The show, The Real Hideout, is going to be based off of Marvel, DC, anime. You know, we are going to be talking everything news about anime and Marvel, DC movies. We're going to bring you the actors that are casted. We're going to be talking about directors, the production-wise, the actual movie itself. We'll be very cautious on spoilers. We're hoping to do, you know, the right thing and wait, you know, till, you know, to reveal certain things. You know, based off of our both, how do we say, like, expectations. We don't like spoilers, so we wouldn't want to spoil it for y'all. Definitely excited for that as far as that. So that will be the gist of the show. Again, Marvel, anime, some movies, DC, I mean, you name it, we'll be talking about it. So, and then on the Twitter itself, there is an actual Twitter handle for the podcast, and it's the same as the Twitch handle, The Real Hideout. I'm going to have that, you know, Twitter locked down on all the information and articles that I read and what he sees as well. That way y'all are up on the news, and that's what I kind of wanted to do. I kind of, you know, gave Emmanuel, you know, what I was expecting or what I was wanting to do, and then we began collaborating, and then, you know, kind of just talked about everything, you know, what we wanted, what we liked.
It started with the music, then it went to the anime, then it eventually evolved into DC, Marvel, what movies we watched, how we liked certain movies and certain things, and it just kind of kept building from there, and we just
next thing you know, podcast.
Yeah, we're like, yo, we should do one, and then they're finally like, yeah, and a month went by, and then 2 months went by, and then now, like, what, 3-4 months?
Yeah.
And now we're here.
Yeah. So I mean, it took a while. I mean, again, we're starting bottom floor. Like, I can't even explain. Like, we're new to again streaming, mic setups. I don't even know how this works, if it's working or not. You know, so very, very different. So I hope y'all enjoy. If you can hear an AC, let me know in the chat. Like, I want to know if it's bothering y'all, if y'all can hear us clearly. So that would be a great help. But yeah, future for the show. That's the next thing to talk about. I want to make sure that it takes off. If it doesn't, this is something that we're both passionate about. I think, again, you know, we bounced off real good, and then, you know, we just shot from there. I noticed that he had a real passion for it, and I kept bringing it up, and then, you know, we kept talking about it. So the future of the show is up to y'all. I mean, the more y'all view, the more y'all like, the more streams we get, and again, you know, feedback. We will be growing from there. Hope to hit, you know, conventions. We live in the Fort Worth, Dallas area, DFW, and you know, big conventions come through here. From my knowledge, I've seen a couple of like collection conventions, and what else?
A few here and there. I know there was I'm pretty sure I've read something about an anime convention. Luis told me something about a food truck convention, but it was like anime-based almost.
No way.
Yeah.
Like, so, like Chinese food, or like what you see on the animes?
I think so. I'm not entirely sure. He just kind of told me about it real quick, and I like didn't question more about it because he was having a good time. So,
so yeah, that's where we're hoping to take it, guys. I want to get footage from those conventions. I want to be there. Want to do more collectibles. Hope y'all like the wall. Let me turn on my bottle. Yeah. So you know, more collectors items. That way they can be displayed throughout here, and growth. Hope to, you know, y'all grow with us and enjoy the show.
Yeah, that's what we're doing wrong. What we can fix.
Yeah, for real. Like, again, this is all fan based. Really want y'all to be a part of the journey as far as the growth and what y'all want to see, what y'all like to see. We're talking too much, whatever the case may be. Give us the heads up. And I'm excited, guys. I'm excited for this journey. I'm gonna check on some people. I again don't know if we're being viewed. Let's see. We have
it says 3 followers, but I'm not sure.
But I see this, so I have no idea.
One person watching?
Hello,
Okay, yeah.
Who's that? I have no idea. But hello, I'm glad we got a streamer, a viewer. So I'm excited. If you missed all that, I have no idea. But welcome to the Real Hydeout Anime Marvel DC video podcast. Hope you enjoy. We've just got done introducing ourselves. So again, my name is David Carrasco, and this is Emmanuel Morales, and I know his name. I just wanted him to say it. And so yeah, let's see. I got someone asking for the link. Don't know how we get the link. Jesus.
You just type out the search bar.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay,
just
nice.
Type out the search bar and then
Twitch.
I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I mean.
.tv.
I think I sent it to somebody like that.
/ The Real Hydeout.
Yeah.
That's it. Cool.
Yep.
But all right. Nice. They did it for us. Bubble Saki Marie.
AKA.
Is that AKA?
Yes.
Okay.
From the way it looks like it, yeah.
AKA. Alrighty. So awesome. Well, let's see here. Again, guys, if you're just tuning in, be careful. We're about to get into the spoilers. So if you have not seen The Flash, that was actually our first episode. We filmed it last week, and again we
technical difficulties.
We weren't able to post it. It's all nice and safe on the phone. Nowhere can it be found on a computer and/or website that I could upload. So it was very heartbreaking, guys. I promise it. We went into some deep conversations as far as like casting. What we thought of the movie, introductions, what else? Anime.
We went so deep. We were referencing some past movies and everything.
Yeah. We went off topic. Definitely, we can say that for sure. So so attention right now. We're about to get into the portion that we discussed last week, as far as again the Flash movie. So right now, from here for about another 20 minutes, we'll be talking about the Flash. So be careful again if you haven't seen it. Don't want to spoil anything, but we will have spoilers. It's been about 2 weeks since Thursday. Yeah, 2 weeks since Thursday. Since it came out. So I'm hoping that a lot of people have seen it. Good movie. So all right.
Movie.
So we're gonna talk about it, guys. Intro as of right meow. Let me see. I'm about to put the timer again, so that way we don't lose track, guys.
I just noticed too. They have a timer on the.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, on the bottom.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, we got another comment. Yeah. All eyes on us. Yes. Alrighty, guys. Well, the Flash movie. I liked it. The first thing I noticed when I watched it first time through, the intro to the DC logo was pretty tight to me. I enjoyed it. It had the very first DC movies, which were Batman Forever, Batman and Robin, all those. It had that DC logo, and then it went into the DCEU logo that they had been using. That was pretty nice that it's transitioned into that, and the way that we're doing it, we're like as if it was going through a time warp, Flash-esque style, and then it went into the new DCU logo that I'm assuming that James Gunn's gonna use. I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know if you noticed it, you know.
I didn't really pay attention to it, I think, the first time around. And when you mentioned it, I was like, you know what? Yeah, it did flash a little bit differently.
Yeah.
But I was just like, I was a bit more shocked about how fast the movie started, because it was the intros, the Warner Brother, I think, and then it was
boom, movie
started.
Yeah.
It's just like a little like, do we not like? I'm expecting
no warm up. Yeah. No voiceover, like the scene that flies in through the bottom, like gets the the movie started. Like it was just like boom.
Like not even that, but like how they have like other movies. It's Blumhouse Studios, HBO.
Okay. I see what you're saying. All the different production companies.
And I was expecting like that for all the movies.
I didn't think about that.
And I was like, I was just DC, Warner Brothers. Here you go. You're in.
Yeah, we produce our own shit. So it was pretty cool. But yeah, that was the first thing I noticed. The old DCEU had like these silhouettes of the characters.
Yeah,
you remember that? Yeah. So we're like they were on that mountain curve, and they all like standing there. Superman, Green Lantern,
I think, like the Justice League.
Yeah, the Justice League, and then had the side characters off to the side and stuff. Yeah. So I thought it was pretty dope that they changed that logo. So to see that, it was pretty cool. I'm excited for the. What's to come, honestly. So that was the intro, guys. The movie started off fast paced. It literally was with the Flash already having his abilities. They already were in tune with, I think, the Bat Flick at this moment. So he was already like on the phone with him. You get a call from Alfred. So you're already seeing the Bat Flick's Alfred in the movie, which was pretty cool. Then in comes the terrible CGI.
Horrible
CGI. The horrible CGI. I don't even know how to explain it, honestly. Like it was.
I'm like, the sad part is just the CGI that happens. Like a building starts falling and babies start coming out, and they make that dumb it's a baby shower joke.
Yeah.
And then Flash has to go and save all the babies from falling and everything, but the babies in the CGI are just terrible. They're all I don't know very much to say. It looks like it's a Dollar General like little play doll or whatever that you just get, and they just put a onesie on it, and there you go.
They look like I don't even know how to explain it. Like gelatin. I mean, they look like they were made prosthetics. I mean, it was just a rubber doll. You know what I mean? Like it was able to have like a good movement, but that was as good as it got. I don't know how to explain it. The babies were definitely the worst part at the very beginning. I mean, because it was such a climactic scene. It was a thing happening, and I was expecting it to be good, and it starts off, the building looks good, it's falling, everything looks all right, and then it goes into the Flash world, and
it's his point of view at that point, and I don't know what they thought they were doing. I guess they thought they were being clever with it, but it was kind of bad.
Yeah.
The CGI dog looked better than all the babies.
All the babies, and that's the truth. Yeah. According to the director, me and Emmanuel read that it was supposed to be in the perspective of the Flash himself.
How everything looks like super slow down compared to him, or something.
Yeah. So that's what he said. It's supposed to be the world in the Flash's eyes, and I don't think the Flash sees the world in that way. Again, babies move very slowly, so maybe again I don't know, guys.
Another thing that, like, since we're bringing up the babies, what happened with it too, and they never bring it up again. He has this calorie counter on his wrist, and the baby started moving a little bit faster because the calories were going down, and he was kind of like losing his powers. And
do you think you're more comic based? Is that a thing?
It kind of is, because he depletes his energy really fast, but that's why he needs like constant food.
Okay.
But it just, I don't think it was done well in it. and it was. They bring it up in the beginning, and then you never hear about that again.
Yeah. And he doesn't eat.
He doesn't eat ever again. Well, he doesn't eat. The other one does. But
when
when everything
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of bad because it's just like that CGI babies. He's running out of energy, and he's like, "Oh no, I need to do something." And then a burrito starts flying out, so he just like scarfs it down. And he eats like a kid. He breaks into
you think he's about to go save these babies,
yes.
And he's like does like a movement, yes. And then he's like vending machine,
yeah.
And he like breaks the vending machine, eats the candies, and then like full energy.
Yeah.
But again, like he said, it's the truth. Like you don't ever see that ever again, and which is pretty upsetting. Honestly, makes sense, I guess.
I mean, it would be pretty cool later on for like certain energy depletion. Like okay, like. They brought it up once, so it should be like a somewhat recurring thing, or like play a big pivotal moment later, and it
especially in the later fight scene that we'll get to. Yeah, definitely that makes sense because I mean he's following the young Barry multiple times. You know what I mean? So that would have been a thing that hey, slow down. Your energy or your whatever because the younger Barry doesn't have that. So but. Yeah, so that was one of the hardest parts to get over at the very beginning was that CGI because even Batman's scene after that was a lot better. I mean, even where he's like where he's bataranged onto the flying copter and he's like going through the traffic.
Yes.
That
was actually really well done.
Exactly.
And then his motorcycle with the little flaps coming up for defense. And all that. It was all like. It's weird because all the practical effects you would think, I think they're practical, at least most of them, they look so well done, and then the CGI, with the way CGI is now, you would think it'll be better. Yeah. But it didn't hit the way it should have.
Yeah. I believe the same way. I mean, again, the director defended it, and I tried to see it his way, but it definitely was very hard to get by. So... I was actually into the portion where they spoiler again announcement for spoilers. Michael Keaton, so everyone should know Michael Keaton's in the movie, but it's just
at that point, how much of it is spoiler when they put it in the trailer?
In the trailers, yeah, exactly. So Michael Keaton got his encore, I guess you could say. He came and I think we discussed this it's going to be hard to remember what we talked about, but he had really good movies and I barely watched them. Remember I told you that? You were very upset, so don't hate on me, guys, but I this year had a leave of absence for my baby that was born in December, and during that 6 weeks off I got to enjoy a lot of movies with my wife. So with that being done, I actually watched the original Batman movies, which was with Michael Keaton. And I got a lot of slack from this guy. He was just like, don't you ever say that you're a DC fan. The good thing is I'm not. I prefer Marvel over DC. So... I finally watched it, and they were good. Jack Nicholson's Joker, Danny DeVito's Penguin. So they were pretty cool. So encore, he had a dope fight scene, it was hands down, worth it, for the guy to come back again. The choreography back in the day just wasn't up to what it is now. You know what I mean? I'm hitting you, and then you hit the flail. You know what I mean?
At that point, that's when you need the comic books power and whack and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's why they used it so they could erase the fact that he really didn't hit him. He had a legit scene, guys. Michael Keaton went hard on this acting scene. He took him out, man. I honestly think
fight was probably. I think there wasn't very many fights per se in this.
Yeah, that's what I think we talked about too. There was three big ones enough.
I think so, but that right there is probably one of the better ones because that and then the later fight are the only two that really stick in my head.
Yeah.
Those ones are the only ones that are really show you how good they could be, and Michael Keaton killed that Batman fight scene. He was really good in it, and
I love that they put the old Batman music, you know what I mean? Like, because he does the iconic, you know, spread of the cape, you know, and, you know, goes down and, like, starts, you know, taking them out. And it's dope. You know, you get that, you know, nostalgia feeling, you know what I mean? So, and then he goes and does work, like, literally.
Speaking of which, like, the other iterations of Batman's, their armor is always, like, hit and miss. Like, you got, what's his name? Christian Bale's Batman with his suits being vulnerable to, like, bullets and, like, stuff like that. Then you have Robert Pattinson's with,
like beginner. That's what they said. He's like fresh to the Batman, so he doesn't have all his.
No, but what I don't get is Robert Pattinson's Batman. It had like the armor that basically took a shotgun blast to his chest and survived.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Like but then Michael Keaton's was what I find really cool about the fight scene was he always tried to protect himself with the cape. He would turn around, do the little cape to pull it up, and the bullets would be deflected off of that. So he never had his face exposed like the other ones did. He always was trying to protect himself.
I didn't think about that. Yeah, because he did use his cape for most of the deflects.
And it was really cool the way he like didn't he break some dude's arm in the fight?
Oh yeah. It was as soon as they dropped into that little rocket bay,
and it was like him versus like five people, and
I thought that was funny that he like knocks off all that stuff, and they're just like stopped in mid motion, like you know what I mean. They're the fastest man alive, but they don't like zip away, you know what I mean? Like so. But yeah, that was dope. He one of the best parts was that he had this guy that was like going at him from across a different area. And he uses his batarang, yeah, with the lasso, I guess what you could say is he like pulls him around the corner and just like, you know, pile drives him. Oh, dude, that was probably one of the coolest parts. That's how you you know finishes the scene. So pretty dope. But let's see here. I'm making sure we're staying on topic, guys, because last time, guys, we went off. We
enjoyed ourselves a little too much.
Just so y'all know, just for a future or like to know how long it was a 2 hours and 22 minutes.
It was the Flash movie.
It was the movie itself. We made a feature-length film.
We discussed the whole thing, like scene by scene,
and then we went off on multiple like streams of different movies and what we thought about them. It was freaking hilarious. Like when we hit like finish record, and I went and looked at the time, I was like, yo, we filmed for like 2 hours. So yeah, that's what these notes are, guys. And this phone here, like I'm timing everything, making sure y'all don't get bored with what we talk about. We making sure we stay on topic. Now we're like a little bit towards the middle of the movie, guys. So again, if y'all haven't seen it, we're talking about The Flash with Ezra Miller. Again, it's out in theaters. If you haven't seen it, definitely go see it. I give credit where it's due. It's a good movie. Still a lot of review bombs. I've been seeing that apparently it's still not hitting in the box office.
I think they said it had the second worst review drop or the second worst week drop.
Week 2 drop or something like that. So yeah, I mean, again, give it where the credit's due. I mean, it's more than just the actor, I guess. I truly believe in that. You got people that are on the production team, the filming crew, the editing, the whole thing. I mean, so it's not just about them. So definitely go support everybody else's part in that. So I would say that. So
besides that point, I'm like, rumors are going around that he's not even going to be the Flash again, so we'll pass her off for him, and there you go. It was a decent movie. Definitely, probably wouldn't mind picking it up on DVD just for certain scenes.
But, definitely to review, or even like the deleted scenes. A lot of people put good stuff in the deleted scenes, so I like that. I have a whole shelf of DVDs in there, and he's seen them. For the fact of that, for deleted scenes, all about digital. I'm down for it, but it could potentially get erased or taken off the stream site. So now you're out of luck, and everybody's all like, oh my god, they took Friends off of Netflix, so if you had the box set, you wouldn't have the problem. That's
why I don't mind having some movies on DVD.
Yeah. So now we're gonna get into, I think, more so the center part of the movie.
Yeah.
Now, Flash has traveled back in time. Again, you notice there's two berries in the commercial and stuff. You see certain things. Again, we're talking about CGI. So on the CGI story, we think it's still pretty funny because he runs just like on the old movies. Like he's doing the whole arm flail, and even like in slow mo, it just looks so weird. Like I mean, I don't know.
I honestly don't know. I was trying to convince myself maybe it looks like he's like supposed to be skating on the.
Oh yeah, we did talk about that, like an ice skaters, type deal. Like
that's what I was trying. And then I was like, maybe they took inspiration from Shadow the Hedgehog because he has those levitation boots and he like goes really fast and he kind of goes like that too. So I was like, yeah, maybe that. But I'm like, in live action, it just doesn't work. It's kind of silly, and I'm like, with that in mind, I think we have it in the notes about there's another speedster that is really well done, but in a pretty bad movie, I would say.
Which one?
Like not as good hitting in Marvel is Eternals.
Oh yeah. I think her name is Makari.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, Makari.
No, you compare that like Flash's run CGI compared to I'm gonna say Makari because you called it out, but Makari's Eternal CGI, and they're night and day. Like he looks silly and like just whatever, and then
CGI-ish.
And hers is just so like it looks like they really like they probably just sped her up and everything, but it just looks well done and right. It looks well made, and it look like even her, like you said, her jumping and the way she lands and the way she fights, it just like zips in and out and just really quick. It's good,
and it looks like it's still from her point of view. You know what I mean? Like there was no explanation needed to why the surrounding areas look the way they did.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like the director didn't need to step in and say, hey, that's what it was supposed to look like. You know what I mean? Like it was well done. Again, we're Marvel, DC, anime based, so if you have not seen the Eternals, it was another poorly reviewed movie, unfortunately.
Yes.
I truly liked it. It was a cinematic, masterpiece in my opinion. I like they didn't take so long in the story explaining every character. They put it in, I feel, very well. Like they, didn't drag out backstories. They didn't go all, far into it. It was, I think, so well done, but, again, it goes back to that. I mean, his running was just weird to me, but yeah, we got off subject. So he goes back in time. He has this particular sphere called the Chrono Ball, which is, I guess, a safe zone for the Flash as he runs through time, and he gets to, which you thought was pretty cool, and which he made a mention in the last episode, was he doesn't go directly into that time period.
Oh, yeah.
He's able to choose his time, which is really cool. He's able to like peek his head through and like look, and it's just like nope, and then like backs out, and he can continue, going through.
That was what surprised me about it, because it was he stopped running and he's still within the chrono ball, and he was able to peek out. But I was like, if he had stopped running, it would have stopped the chrono ball because it was powered by him.
Oh my god. I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that. Was he looking through as he was running? No, he stopped.
No, he stopped. He like legit stopped and walked to the edge and like looked out. Like it was almost like we look like we're peeking out a curtain, but he just kind of like puts his head through like the chrono ball.
Yeah, it's like the scene on Thor: Love and Thunder. His axle, his head. They I think even references a couple times on Facebook that I've seen on a couple of memes. But yeah, literally, it's just a floating head in time space, and then he's like able to back out, which is again, I don't know, CGI, I guess.
Yeah. But what I did find interesting about him in the Chrono Ball too is while he kept running, his legs were going backwards, so he was reversing time while running, but he was still running at like the top speed to bend time.
Yeah, when he told me that, I was like, didn't really put two and two together, and I remember, like, I think in one of the later scenes when he's going back to his time, you know, you can really see at that time where he's like running backwards and stuff like that.
Yeah, like it's almost like a blink and you miss it moment, because it's just like you're not really paying attention to how he runs.
You're like looking at all the everything,
And even then, some of the stuff around it, the CGI wasn't that great. Like, it was kind of off.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was guys, again, that we'll be talking, you know, again, everything that comes down to production, CGI, will be honest opinions, honestly, and then, you know, we'll be trying our best to let y'all know that spoilers exist. So again, if you haven't seen The Flash, I'm sorry if we're spoiling it for you, but as well as giving you honest opinions. So you want to spend $13 or you don't want to spend $13? Take our advice, you know, whatever.
Yeah,
I mean, take it with a grain of salt. You know, I watched it on the matinee, so it was cheaper. So
I normally try to go on Tuesdays, $5 for a ticket. You can't beat that. I mean, $5 for 2 hours, it's pretty good.
Yep. So you're not wasting too much money. If you live in smaller towns, cheaper money for you.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So when it came down to it, we got to the main fight. We've already rescued Supergirl. They had everything, and then it gets to the point of realization for the Flash. It gets back to what we were talking about as far as like the calorie counter and stuff. It was one of the second fights. Again, there wasn't many. It was a lot of, you know, story to this movie. So, I mean, if you're in it for the action, it's not there. It's not there very much.
The only action I will say to you is Supergirl's speed CGI looked better than the Flash's.
Oh, yeah. Even, like, when she came in, like, defended Keaton on that bullet, it looked a lot more realistic.
And I'm like, so what are y'all doing with the Flash? Are you trying to be like, we really don't like him because of everything happened, or like, what's up?
So it was. I mean, I don't know if they were put him up for failure. I guess put him on the chopping block. If you think,
maybe, but I'm like, you also put up a lot of money for this production. So
I think I read that today. Honestly, it was Warner Brothers Discovery knew what it's all about, that whole merger and all that stuff. If y'all haven't known that, what I read was it was 1.1 billion with a B for just the DC slate of this year. Like, that's marketing, production, movies, the actors, the payments, the everything. It was, they spent $1.1 billion on what's to come. As far as it started with Shazam, The Flash. Now it's Blue Beetle and what is
Aquaman
2? The Kingdom, or
I don't even remember what the second.
I don't have no idea.
We'll find out.
Definitely. We'll put that on Twitter. Checking some feeds, hoping if anybody is tuning in. We have our 4 viewers, so thank y'all for sticking with us. I hope y'all are enjoying it. Again, keep chiming in. What does it say? Sergio said, nice shirt. I appreciate it. Hope to rock some anime shirts and some Marvel shirts throughout the season or throughout the episodes. Yeah. So I hope y'all enjoy. Let me do a little shout out here.
And while he does that, I guess we could start moving toward the end
of
the movie with certain cameos that came up along the end. Flash's Chrono Ball started messing up the timelines, and everything just started almost like trying to implode on itself. You could see every movie and show now is doing all the multi-dimension stuff.
Yeah, the multiverse. So it's the thing right now.
So you could see the different multiverses which were like a ball themselves, with the Flash in the middle controlling the Chrono Ball, and they start closing in on the current universes that we're in, and you see cameos of old Supermans, possible Supermans. They didn't do a cameo for Batman. You kind of saw him and the old Robin running by, and like the old TV show one with the Joker laugh in the background.
I do remember that.
Yeah,
it's dope.
You saw the old school Flash costume
with the tin hat.
Yes, and the Christopher Reeve's Superman, that Superwoman or Supergirl.
I didn't even know that. You were the one that told me that they, introduced her in that Superman. I just thought there was just a Superman. So when she flies in next to him, I was like, oh damn! I was like, I didn't know there was a Supergirl in that time period.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, it was. Turns out, I don't know if I should say this. Yeah, I'll just stick with the cameos. I won't ruin that part of it. I won't say that. But yes, the cameos ended up. One of the cameos that threw me off, guys, and I hope y'all are in. Again, if y'all are in the mix with DC and everything, there was a talk way back when about Nicolas Cage. Nick Cage, guys, this guy ended up being in the movie.
But even his CGI was
looked
good.
Oh no, it looked bad. It looked bad. Yeah,
I think that's because they just kind of
Yeah. It had the bodysuit and then just with AI, I guess they did an AI version of his face. So it was pretty cool, and at the same time, if they would have just took that little bit of time to make it look realistic, you know what I mean?
The spider things that he was fighting in his universe looked better than his CGI when they zoomed in
and turned them around. You know what I mean?
And the Christopher Reeves and that Supergirl cameo, they look. You could tell the age, but you could legit tell they just kind of copied and pasted onto the movie, and you could see the CGI kind of outline of them.
Yeah. So again, guys, if they would have just took their time, I think it would have hit a little bit better. It was nostalgic all the way through. I mean, the Batman with Michael Keaton, the Batmobile, the Batwing was in the movie. Again, just so much nostalgia, and I feel like that's what he was trying to do with the movie overall. But yeah, Nicolas Cage came in, and again, I don't know if y'all knew this, he was actually supposed to be Superman prior to Henry Cavill. So there was test footage of Nick Cage in an outfit, and he's in a hotel room, and he's doing a little jig, moving, and, he's like, I like it, the Nick Cage voice, and he's like, I can't wait, and then they do a little test footage of him flying and stuff, and so, for him to, get his debut of actually being Superman was pretty cool. So that was a little, badass cameo there. I thought it was pretty cool. And then, like you said, Christopher Reeves was in there, so they gave a shout out to Christopher Reeves, R.I.P. So then they had Supergirl, the Flash, and then the Batman. They didn't show the Batman, but what we were talking about was the way they displayed the multiverse in this one was pretty cool. They were giant spheres that had, what is it? Have you ever seen those movies where it has a little spinner thing and it does a little moving photo?
It looked like a reel.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly. So there were spheres of globes, and in it was the same film being rotated, but nonetheless that's the time era of what it was. So it was pretty cool. Then like he said, it started imploding, or not imploding, but collapsing in on itself on the chrono ball. And then the Flash does Flash things and saves the world. So we're not gonna ruin it too much. Where are we at? 43. You gotta hurry. So but yeah. So definitely we're gonna do a little special part. I rated it 8 out of 10. I'll say 8 out of 10. CGI was what completely tore me out of it. I mean, the rest of the movie, the storyline, we talked really in depth about Flashpoint. The comic point, trying to stick to, the core values of a comic, and for it to follow it in a way, but it didn't. I truly believe in that. I believe, like you said, sticking to the core, they can do what they want.
Something from whether it be comic books, anime, video games, you have to stick to the core of what you're adapting, and you could change and tweak things along the way. Yes, some things are harder to adapt than others.
Yeah.
But if you don't keep the backbone and the structure of what you're adapting, then everything falls apart.
Yeah.
And just true fans are gonna know. and they're gonna be like, hey, like this wasn't good, you messed up this changed, and yeah.
And I believe that, honestly. I mean, when I was going through the whole Marvel universe, the MCU, when I was reading everything as it was coming out, that's how I got started. I started in the MCU, Iron Man. I didn't, read comics or anything. It stuck to a storyline, but it was its own thing. So it had the backbone, but they were doing their own thing. And so the way I put it on the, unseen footage was, how do I say, like, MCU is its own comic timeline, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Well, because even in the comic books for MCU and the DC universe, they both have different universes for themselves. So you have, like, with certain shows now too, like with Multiverse of Madness, let's say, it was different universes across different dimensions and everything. Mm-hmm. And so they have like Earth 616, Earth 199999, and those are their own timeline, their own structures. So I understand what you're saying, and I kind of agree with it. MCU and now the DCEU are their own comic book timeline. They're contained within themselves, but take inspiration from the comics.
So I truly believe that's a good way to see it, because you got, like you said, the serious fans that are like, oh, that's not the suit that the Flash wore. Like, that's just terrible. Or why did they give him the 2012 version of the suit? Why did they not give him the classic, 1999? And it's just like, dude, I didn't even know these suits existed. Like, you know what I mean? Just sit back, enjoy, you know what I mean?
That's another thing, too. The cameo for the CW Flash should have been in the movie. I think
because he did well. Ezra Miller ended up cameoing in that one. Yeah. And the Crisis of Infinite Earths, right, or something like that.
That's a very good.
See, they did good.
When you get to that, it's gonna be amazing. But yeah, overall, I'm like, cameos. They should have put him in there too.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. He did a really good job. So it's the end of that season. I need to see it. I think I stopped like season 7. We talked about that. So. But alrighty, guys, let's see here. We're at 48 minutes. If y'all are bored, let us know what we're talking too much. But last but not least, we're gonna just talk about James Gunn real quick. We had brought it up. He's now again, the way he described it, he's not the Kevin Feige of the DCU. He's like I think a step below. I can't remember the article, but he said, "Do not compare me to Kevin Feige, because Kevin Feige is decision makers. He still, I think, has to answer." I don't know, but nonetheless, we looked up his timeline. Please tell me I saved it. So we were talking about how the Flash is starting over the new DCU. So his movie was like, aka the Reset, and then Blue Beetle is actually the first official DCU movie. Then after that is like James Gunn is going off, and we talked about how he's doing shows, movies, and games. We definitely did talk about that. So it's going to be hard to incorporate all that into one streamlined, set of movies. So more power to him if he can. But I'm excited. James Gunn did the 3 Guardians of the Galaxies. Don't find me, don't say anything, but I have not seen the 3rd one. I still haven't seen it.
I'm right there with you.
I'm upset. Having a baby has changed my life. So I used to go on preview nights on the day of release, like religiously. Me and my wife were there, on Thursday, the midnight releases, and now baby life has changed that. So, but James Gunn, I hope he does really good. The Flash, again, I give it an 8. You gave it an 8 as well.
I want to say an 8, but after sitting on it and everything, I'm like
borderline 7.
Like, I'll give it like a 7.5.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so 7.5 from Emmanuel and 8 from me. Again, definitely go take a look, guys. It was a good movie overall. Just got to see past those points, and then tell us what you think. Chime in on the Twitter. Chime in here. Again, thank y'all for y'all's feedback. I see, eyes. I see, they are interacting. I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all stick around and enjoy. Follow us. You know, a lot of good things to come. You know, so this is gonna be our baby. You know, we again many months of planning, talking, you know, chatting about it. Finally getting it out of the water was, you know, what the hardest part was. But yeah, so one thing, guys, if y'all don't mind, whoever's watching, can y'all hear us good? I hope the mic isn't too close. Tried to set it up a couple of times prior. If we're super loud, let us know. I'll turn it down so y'all can hear us just fine. Test.
I got it, yes.
49 minutes in, we're testing some volume. so yeah, guys. So I hope y'all enjoy it. But so it's good. Cool. So thank you guys. I appreciate y'all. So but all right. So on to the next section, which will be Emmanuel's section that he'll definitely be going off on. So we are again Marvel, DC, anime, podcast, video, Twitch, live stream, whatever you want to call it. So I'm gonna let him take off a little bit and tell him about what we're gonna do with anime and stuff. So
alright, so the anime portion of it is basically what we have seen, what we want to see. Like he said earlier, David is kind of new to this. He's still kind of dipping his feet into it. He has a list of anime that he has seen, and it's a pretty decent list overall. But there's so many different animes and everything out there that it doesn't hurt to expand.
yeah,
And I have given him a list, a pretty decent sized list, and I try to start him off with single season animes so that way we could, you know, discuss them as we go and maybe discuss like 2-3 episodes at most at a time. But
that's the hopes. Again, you know, we might go further. We made fun of it. Animes seem to have a lot of fillers.
Yes.
So a lot of the animes that we watch have filler episodes. So again, Marvel movies and DC movies are about 3 to 5 months spread out within the year, you know, each one. So our podcast will be heavily reliant on our anime, you know, catalog.
Our filler episodes, if you would.
Our filler episodes of the, you know, podcast.
So in between DC and Marvel movies and any news we hear, or even the TV
series, yes.
Series,
so definitely, if you we'll be doing that as well. We'll be talking about Secret Invasion. I'm gonna let him catch up. He was letting me know he's behind, so we'll be talking about that next week. So tune in next week for Secret Invasion. Some, you know, opinions on that. It actually streams every Wednesday.
Yeah.
So every episode is on Wednesday. So Secret Invasion on Disney Plus. Definitely something to tune into. I'm excited for it. Good things. So yeah. So we'll be talking about anime heavily. So I will go down my list. Don't judge me. Again, a lot of my friends are anime heavy. So, you know, they actually watched a lot and they gave me a lot on Facebook, which is pretty funny.
You gotta pull it up again?
Yeah, gotta pull it up again, man. I don't recall my anime list because I always forget some. Let's see. Yeah, my photo. Yeah.
Well, while he's looking for that, I've been into anime and manga for a while, so my list goes pretty extensive. There's some I even forgot I've read or watched. I prefer to read the manga, personally. I know a lot of people are, you know, just anime only, and good on you. Sometimes watching it animated is really amazing, and it just brings more life to the manga, in my opinion. But these animations now are so good, which is why the CGI was so bad.
Yeah.
For the Flash movie.
To know that there's the capabilities that they have out there, you know, and then to like again be rushed, and no diss to the VFX, you know, people. It's just like with this show, for instance, this show, I want perfection. I want the best camera. I want the best mic, and a lot of people have to put that in my head that you got to oversee that. But with billion-dollar productions, you best give the best goddamn virtual effects that you can get for people, man. Like there are people paying you.
Like you got, like you said, $1 billion behind you, $1 million, and I mean, if they're gonna okay, let's take the Sonic movie. If they're gonna go and redo the whole CGI for Sonic for like $1.4 million, they redid the whole movie. You could go ahead and fix your animation for like millions worth.
Yes, exactly. so yeah, these animes are so well done, and I'm tripping out now because he's again putting me on some list of like animes, and one of them was Death Note. I just finished up, and that's now on my list that I've seen. And for it being done, what did you say, 2006, right?
It was, I think it's 2006, 2007.
Yeah, so 2006 for it being done in 2006 was freaking awesome. It was, really well done. The animation, the production, the graphics for that type of, anime at that time was, astounding. So I was even shocked. I was like, he's like, the manga came out at this time, so I remember seeing it at this time. And then, I had it pulled up. I think Hulu was up at the time. Yeah. And I looked and I was like, oh, damn, 2006? So it was actually pretty cool. It was pretty cool. To know that was, good animation like that. So, now, I got my list. So, my list, again, nothing compared to his. When I talked to him about it, he was like, oh, have you seen this? And I was like, nope. He's like, have you seen this? And I was like, nope, haven't seen that. He's like, well, have you read this? And I was like, nope, I don't read it. And he was like, well, tell me what you have seen.
It'll be easier to tell me what you've seen, so that way I don't go down a whole list of stuff you haven't.
So he was going hard on some of these animes. I was like, nope, I haven't even heard that one, man. So I was like more of the mainstream ones that most people talked about. The goated series, animes that were at the time, So. Mine were Naruto Shippuden, of course, My Hero Academia, Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, Fire Force, Hunter x Hunter. Chainsaw Man was one of the later productions, which was just here, I think, this past year. So seeing again, from now's animation to back then's animation are on par almost. I mean, like these guys really put their their work into it.
Dedication.
Exactly. Boruto. And Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. And then right now, I'll get into the one we're talking about later. But yeah, Death Note is now added onto that list. What I'm going to hope to do is, again, I don't want to be a bandwagoner. I don't want to be the guy that just like hops in and just kind of like says, that yellow-haired character, you know what I mean? Or the guy with the green suit, with a chili bowl haircut. Like, no, I really hope to, be good at, remembering names. I'm taking names down as far as, like, characters, because this guy, I'm telling you, like, he remembers characters, remembers, names, times, moves, so, I got to step up my game, guys, for sure. So
honestly, I will attribute that to reading the manga. And it's just easier for me to retain, and watching it, there's certain scenes and stuff that you just fall in love with, and I can't help but like, oh yeah, that part I'm gonna have to incorporate to memory because I want to play it in my head while I'm not doing anything.
That's how you see it. That's dope. I would have never thought of it like that. I guess certain fight scenes, certain things stick to you. Like,
all I have to say is Rockley and Gara, and that fight scene plays in your head.
Always. The weights dropping,
and like,
yeah, definitely. That is, if you haven't seen Naruto, yeah. So that's all I'm gonna say. Give me 1 sec. I'm writing to people here so that they know where we're at on Facebook. Again, I'm trying to incorporate everybody. I hope everybody enjoys the show. I hope y'all are enjoying it as of now. And what y'all have seen so far. Thank y'all for the feedback. I'm glad y'all enjoy it and see hearing what we're talking about. And so so now we've talked about what I've seen, what he's gotten seen. let's talk about what we're gonna do on this. You already kind of explained it a little bit. The anime portion part of this podcast is me going into watching the movies that or the shows that he's requested to me to watch. I got an extensive list. We'll go over a little bit of it, and kind of have people hopefully tune in with us. You know what I mean? If they if y'all haven't seen the anime, join in on it. Watch watch 3 episodes. Like you said, we're hoping to watch like 3 episodes a week, if not maybe 4. Again, they're 20 minutes a piece. I better watch enough to get a.
I was saying 2 or 3, but the list might have to wait till next time because we getting about to the point where we might have to cut it off soon.
Oh, we're about an hour. Oh, yeah, you're right. So we'll give it about 10 more minutes, guys. That way we're not, keeping y'all too long on it. But the list shouldn't be, too bad of a long list. We'll give you a short, list of what we had talked about. But yeah, so tune in with us every week. We're gonna go over the episode, what I honestly think of the episode, and what he remembers of it. He actually was gonna tune in himself. I think you even told me that you were gonna refresh her on watching it.
My idea was to refresh myself on it because I'm like, I don't want to go in and look like I'm completely lost because I'm just like, man, what was that name and what did happen here? And I'm like, no, I'm trying to put you on it. I should know.
I'll leave you in the dark now. Yes. I don't think that's possible. So you
never know. You might just happen. You might find one.
Might snap and start watching 100 episodes in a week. But that is what is the goal. Again, hop in on the questions. Let's see. We got another. What's up, Jake? Hop in on the chime on the chat. Let us know. Maybe y'all have seen it yourselves. Like I said, I want y'all to be interactive with us. I would love that. Again, I've always loved interaction as far as streamers and gamers. The way they're gaming and literally, doing while talking, and that's so dope. Seeing streamers doing their thing, and it's like, oh, thanks, Will. Appreciate that. That kill was pretty nice.
Right? The interaction's next level because I'm like, how do you focus on talking to them, but you're dead set on the.
Dead set on the. I couldn't do it. I really couldn't be able to be in there and focused, and then to be able to just zone out into the chat. So. But yeah, the gist is y'all join in, man. Watch the animes. If y'all think the anime sucked, let us know. Be like, yo, terrible suggestion. I hated it.
Tell us what you really think. Tell us what your favorite parts are, what you hated about it, who you think favorite characters are, everything.
Yeah.
I'm talking about it with him. It brought a whole new level of I told him earlier too. I can't go back and rewatch an episode for the first time. I can't get that feeling of oh my gosh, what's gonna happen next, and I need to keep going. But watching it with him, talking about it with him, or getting my wife or my kids on the anime, and that's their first time seeing it. Man, that's a really awesome feeling because it's almost like I'm rewatching it myself and. The more people I could do that with, oh yeah, definitely. I don't. We could have a heated debate on why you think a certain character is not good, and I could tell you no, you're wrong. Exactly. Or I might be you know what, I never thought about it that way. Yeah, that part did suck. So.
Yeah, so chime in, guys. Let us know what you think. What you thought. Like you said, favorite characters. If you disagree. Goddamn it! Just say what? WTF? That guy's your favorite character? You know what I mean? So, off book, I'm excited for what's to come. Now, for instance, on Death Note, he got so excited to know how I was feeling, and it took the 3 months it took for the podcast to start to
it took forever. Every time you're at work, I'm like, hey, did you start it yet? No. I'm like, all right, well, just tell me what you think about it when you do start it. And I
drive off
after week. And then I was like, if you don't want to watch it, man, you don't have to. It was just a suggestion, man. I was like, I got a whole bunch of other ones you could possibly watch.
I genuinely felt bad, guys. He would be passionate. He's like, so have you started it yet? I was just like, no, I haven't. I'm sorry. He's like, God damn it, drives off, and he'll be come up the next, he said the next day or the next week, he'd come up, he's like, yo, what'd you think about Death Note? Oh, haven't started
I
it.
would have given you a week too. I wouldn't even come back to you the next day. I'll give you a week.
Yeah, that's 4 days, guys. Well, in our not working days, like he would get so heartbroken. So finally, I watched it. I cleared that off my list. Good anime. So yeah, for instance, that, you know what I mean. Like I enjoyed it. Y'all might not enjoy it. It might be too dark, or it might be too off book. So
not actiony enough. For
Not-
you. Some people in the anime and manga for the action, or they want the drama. I'm like, it all depends on what you guys like. And there's like a slice of life anime is not going to be for everybody.
Yeah.
Sometimes those are good just if you want to chill out and watch, something cool. But most people, especially with what's going on now with Attack on Titan and My Hero and all that stuff, most people are in it for the action. Most people are in it for like just the big explosions and the thrills, just to see what happens next week. But I'm like, every now and then it's cool to kick back and watch something else that doesn't all
have that, yeah. And I was pretty shocked. Like I told him, for it not having any action, Death Note was really one good, anime to watch. It was I think it was like categorized as crime mystery.
I think it was crime mystery and
suspense.
Thriller or suspense.
Thriller or suspense. So as a guest, you will definitely have guests. Hopefully,
Hopefully.
That's a goal. But we'll get into that here in a minute. I was just about to, again, we're hitting 1 hour and 5 minutes, so we don't want to take too many people, too much people's time. Tune back in, check out the podcast, the stream, and let us know. Give us tips, etc. So the animes to watch. Again, we won't go too far into it, but he gave me quite a bit of a list. What he had mentioned earlier was he's trying to give me like the one seasoners, the ones that have about 24. This one, what is it? Akame Got Killed has 24 episodes on it. So real quick, in out, and we could talk about it, So and knock out multiple animes on the list, real quick,
throughout the months and everything. So I know Death Note was like 37 episodes, but one season, I wanted to start you out with real quick ones rather than giving you like a daunting task. Like let's say
Bleach right here. 16 seasons.
Yeah,
16
Bleach
seasons of Bleach.
Now. Like Reborn has, I think, 7 seasons, and I'm like, there's some anime out there that are like extensive seasons, but like Bleach has a lot of filler too. So that 16 seasons drops down to like 8.
No way.
You almost cut it in half. Like same thing with Naruto.
Yeah.
Like you could legit cut half of the viewers viewership in half.
Well, and the one was Boruto. I watched Boruto and I think I told him and another guy at work I was hot, guys. I was livid when I get this little Facebook feed and it says, Boruto is actually 70% fillers, 30% storyline, and your boy got hot, guys. I went to show my wife because she watches animes with me, and she was like, "Wait, so we watched 200 and something episodes, and we haven't even really touched the storyline?" Guys, so yeah, definitely, we're trying to avoid that. Trying to avoid all those fillers, all that long, unnecessary hours of watching. I had to get Hulu with no commercials, so that way, so that way I could streamline it. I remember watching Naruto Shippuden, and we barely got Hulu, and I was watching it with the commercials, guys. So it was literally back in the day, and then I went over to a friend's house, and he had the Hulu, Plus or whatever it is, and it had no commercials. And I watched 4 episodes, and I was like, "Yo, why did that go so fast?" And he's like, "Oh, well, there's no commercials." I was like, "Oh my goodness!" I literally went, freaking updated it, got the more better one with no ads, and game over. It was literally a game changer. Now I think the baseline Paramount Plus one, and it has commercials. And so I can't even watch TV shows, guys. That's how spoiled I am. I'm It has commercials. Nope.
That's what streaming does to us.
Like,
Streaming
nope,
messes it all
gotta
up.
back out. Gotta back out. So, but yeah, so I got a list. Kame Got Killed is actually the one I'm actually right now. It's let me post it here so that way it is how y'all spell it and know how to look it up. It's actually pretty cool. It came out in 2014.
Yes.
There it is, guys. The Kame. Did it correct itself? No. Kame Got Killed. Really dope anime, honestly. So that was one. We'll get into like a snippet of it. Claymore. He's about that with him. He's got his wife in it. His wife is like super like excited about the overall show. So. Again, to have our wives enjoy it with us is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So to again, say something and they're like, well, I'm down to watch it. Let's go.
Yeah.
So Claymore, 1 season. Baki, we looked up 2 seasons. Bow Fury, we didn't look out how many seasons.
It's
that
2
one.
seasons
Is it
out
2
right now.
seasons?
I think the second season just came out this year.
Okay.
So I need to catch up on that second season.
So Bow Fury, Sword Art Online, One Punch. Let's see, Karuko's Basketball and Reborn. So all those seem to have like a small amount of seasons. So I'm gonna start watching those. Right now I'm on the Kame Got Killed, so that's what we'll be discussing maybe next time. So since we're at like an hour and 10 minutes, again, guys, we ain't trying to make it 2 hours like we did last time. So this is actually a live stream, so it's pretty cool to notice that we had viewers the entire time. Again, thank y'all. I hope y'all enjoy. Hope y'all continue to enjoy, and we're gonna try to bring the best content for y'all. Excuse me, as well. Twitter, keep y'all updated on all kinds of stuff. So last but not least, make it 1 hour and 15 minutes or 1 hour and 20. We'll talk about Kame Got Killed. So I actually got into 3 episodes. Me and my wife actually watched it today. So I didn't get a chance, and I told my wife, I was like, I got homework. She's like, homework? She's like, what the hell? I was like, I got homework to do. She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, I need to watch Kame Got Killed. So she was like, what? I was like, it's another anime. It's got 1 season. So we looked it up on Hulu, guys. Hulu, Kame Got Killed.
It's also on Netflix, I believe.
I didn't look on Netflix. Yeah. Okay, so Netflix and Hulu, Kame Got Killed. I'm enjoying it. Right now. Like I said, first 3 episodes. You got your main character Tatsumi. Is that Tatsumi? So he's going to the Imperial capital. He had a goal in mind. So right now, literally fresh into it, he gets to the Imperial capital and finds out it's not what he believed it was.
Nope.
So
but that could be said of all.
Was that?
That could be said of trying to go into anywhere.
Yeah. Anyone, with a dream, what I mean? So it has a little backstory. I don't know if you probably, I don't know why I said that. It has 3 surrounding sides, I guess, of battling cities. And they're fighting towns, and they're bordered. But the Imperial city, capital, is like what runs everything around it, if that makes sense. Am I right?
I'm pretty sure. Like I said, I
didn't get to watch it. You
didn't catch up with it, but I'm pretty sure it was like 3 surrounding nations.
Nations? Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, and then the capital was the ones controlling it all, and then there's room or talks about rebellion.
Yeah. So they did the Rebellion Army, right? I think it's the Rebellion Army.
Yeah.
And so with that Rebellion Army, was different. It was so that was what what's the general basis. So you got your Imperial City bad, and the Rebellion that's going against the Imperial capital. What they're going through, because apparently they're starving them. There's a mystery guy that's like controlling them. That's what they explained, I guess. Yeah. And so it was pretty crazy. So this guy Tatsumi had some homies, and it was pretty. He told me right off the bat that he's like, yo, you think some of these animes are dark? This one's pretty dark right off the bat. And I was like, no way. So episode 2, yeah, guys, like literally just drops a bomb on you. Like you see crucifixion. There you go. Crucifying of some people. Like very dark. Like the one of his like 2 homies. Again, if you haven't watched it, is both. Yeah. Sayu and Iyasu. I can't remember how he called it. Iyasu. That's how he spelt it. Iyasu, right?
I'm going to say that.
I'm sorry if I'm slaughtering the name, but I'm, again, barely watching it. So, homie, had his friends, and, real dark off the beginning. Don't have no more homies, so.
they got caught by a rich family in the imperial capital who was under the guise of, oh, yeah, we'll take you in, we'll show you around, and we'll help you guys out. Because they come from a poorer town outside of the capital, and this rich family, I guess, gets off.
It's like your thriller movie, where they welcome them in. You kind of get like this funky feeling. They have bodyguards. They're all like, happy, go, come on in, and then you find out what they're really doing,
you find out why they
bringing people in. So apparently they're called the Night Raid. So it's the group of
a section of the rebellion.
Yeah, they're the what is it? What are they called? Oh my gosh. What are the SEALs? What are they called? The SEALs, like Navy SEALs. Nonetheless, they're a special group. God damn it, a special group underneath the rebellion party, and they what do we got? Oh yeah, so he has nice. So they're part of it, Night Raid, and so they come in. And homegirl, again, you're thinking family's all happy-go-lucky, so homegirl's like, oh, that was fun, like, I'm gonna put that in my journal. And then, oof, like, body of blood just start flying, and you're just like, hold up, why'd they kill homegirl? Like, she was so nice. And then it goes on to find out that they're, like, torturing these individuals, so they're welcoming these people, and they're, like, giving them viruses, giving them like all kinds of symptoms, and they're like journaling it like scientists. Like these people were like cattle to them, and it was a trip. So Tatsumi runs into his homies. One of them unfortunately had already passed, but the other one gave him the closing story, and he went out fist up and said I wanted to be brave like her, and then Night Raid was pretty crazy. I believe, let's see, Leone, Mine, Boyat, Lubbock. Oh, guys! So from my town, Plainview, Texas, we have a town called Lubbock. Crazy enough, this anime has a character named Lubbock. Like when they had the subtitles on it, I was like, Lubbock? I was like, no way. So he's got a pretty cool ability. So let's see, Leone, Mine, Buyat, Lubbock, Akami, Nanjinda, and then I didn't get another character. She's the purple hair with the glasses.
Oh man, I forget her name. I know who you're talking about though.
She's she was on the table on one of the episodes. Yeah. So they introduced this group, and this Tatsumi, is really handy with a knife and stuff. So it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool to see, where we're at. Again, a good anime. I told him right off the bat, before he came, I was like, yo, Calle got killed? Dope. So again, for it being 7 years away from, the actual, animation, the time it came out, it's good. It's good. The animation is dope. I'm excited to see the next couple episodes. So next time, guys, when y'all tune in next week, same time, 7:30 we found is a prime time for Wednesdays. So come and join us on The Real Hydeout, guys. I really hope y'all enjoyed this episode. We're hoping to, continue with this. Again, be more organized, be ready, not doing a mic test at, halfway through or more than halfway through the show. again, feedback. Let us know how we did, what you thought about it. We'll be discussing. Calle got killed. We'll be discussing. I guess we could talk about the Flash if y'all want to chime in. Whoever's seen it, let us know what we, against our opinions, what you thought of it, and that'll probably be the gist of that next episode. Is a lot of anime heavy. And bringing y'all the news as far as what we've heard. I'll let y'all know next week on what James Gunn did for his Superman legacy. He's now casted the Superman, so we'll talk about that. And Lois Lane. And Lois Lane. And yeah, guys, that's what it is. That's what's gonna be the gist of the show. So tune in next week, 7:30. I hope to be on time. We'll make sure to post on Twitter and stuff that we're behind, or if we're on time, or what we're about to stream live. And yeah, so we'll hope to do this on YouTube. We're gonna put this information and this video file on YouTube. So follow us on YouTube. We'll have the same tagline, The Real Hydeout. The Twitter is the same, The Real Hydeout. I'll put that in the chat right now, so that way y'all know y'all already in, so y'all know how it's spelled. But that is what is gonna be the Twitter handle and our YouTube handle. So yeah, guys, I hope y'all enjoy it. Again, my name is David Carrasco. This is
Emmanuel Morales.
And I hope y'all enjoyed The Real Hideout first episode. So, yeah. See y'all next time.
See you guys soon.
Now to stop it.